All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy. In Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the NFC champions, the San Francisco 49ers. It's finally time for the main event here in 2025. Away we go in Super Bowl 59.
Let's go. Let's do it. All right. 70, Indy. Recon, 132.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
To throw on second down. Bass, and his throw here's incomplete. He was looking that time for Dante Pettis, but now it'll be third down. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 44-yard line.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone?
Set, 8, read.
In your face.
They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. It was Taven Bryan who got him down defensively.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
On second down, it's Miles. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a third down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive. But this is third down.
44 is Mike. 44 is Mike. Check. Gotta go.
Operating from the gun. Bass. And he will find his receiver, Pettis, for a 49ers touchdown. With the first touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the 49ers drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
He's crossing. He's checking cross. Check.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
It's our time. It's our time. Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
From the gun, Tate. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down the score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Minus 50.
Throwing on first down. Bass. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. A gain of 6 there on first. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun. Bass. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Yannick Ngakoue. With a big-time sack on 3rd down, it's a loss of 7. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And the lead moves to 10-zip. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Now you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the gun, Tate. They're connecting here with DJ Shark. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 34. Operating from the gun, Tate. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jared Davis. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they wanted to, but I think we'll see more. As this game goes along, because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Ready. 30 base. And watch that. And watch the ball.
Now a play fake here on first down. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 15 for the Niners there and a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
At the 31-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10.
Hatchet. General West. Out.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, second and 15.
I got you, son. Kill. Hey, Haywood.
Back to throw. Bass. He'll let this go for the end zone. And he will find his receiver, Pettis, for a 49ers touchdown. Dante Pettis, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And that makes our score 17-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've got nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And now the throw taken in by Chark. And I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. His second catch of the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Well, pass there complete to Westbrook. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 23 yards, the final tally. Well, this is how you shape the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
And this one into the hands of DJ Sharp. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. They'll come out in the pistol. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A 5-yard touchdown as they are now on the board here in the first half. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have to be pleased with the way that they moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
On first and 10, Bass, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And did the Jaguars come up with it? They did. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations, big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a first down. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on second and goal here. Second and 10. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Gerald Everett there to make the grab, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. And now it's first and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Hey, exit.
Mike Bobo. Here we go, team. Here it comes.
Get it.
Looking to throw. Bats. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Now a run on first down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Okay, ready?
44 is the mic. I'm coming for
61, matchbox light. Hey, Alpha.
Check 3, check 3, check 3.
Ready?
From the gun, Bats. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 17-yard line. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
We won it. Come to my work. 44, Mike, 44.
Snap.
To throw again. Bats. Over the middle, complete. It's Miles. And across the chalk, into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. On first down, Tate. That one complete. He finds Sharp. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
It's a nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
Back to throw. Tate. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Now a man open down the middle of the field. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Looking to throw. Tate. Oliver, the tight end, making the catch. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. And he completes it to Westbrook. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Second and 11. The open man is Westbrook. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down.
It is hard in zone coverage to stop a curl route because when they see it, they just try and find the open spot and sit down.
Yeah, we always talk about finding the soft spot in the zone. What's the key to doing that? How do you do it?
You have to read what the coverage is. Is it 2 deep? Is it 3 deep? Because then you know where the linebackers are going to drop, what spots in the field they naturally get to, and you find that open space, and then you're in sync with your quarterback. He should be reading the exact same thing, and they put the ball right on you.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Back to throw. Tate. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Lambeau on for the extra point. It's up and good, and this now becomes a 24-21 ball game. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
From the gun on 3rd down. Bass. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet. Get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first.
Let's go. Let's do it.
1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
And an alley to run. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Watch out, watch out.
Off the play fake. Tate. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. Oh, a killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching off yardage against them.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Operating from the gun. Tate over the middle, and it's incomplete. The linebacker, Fred Warner, right there on the coverage.
Incomplete. It's now 3rd down and 14.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Tate is going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. 1 quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. So with less than a minute gone by here in this 4th quarter, the field goal there gets this thing back to even.
And it's setting up for a fantastic finish, isn't it, partner? It's been a well-played game, a hard-hitting game. The fans are into it. The announcers are into it. This is going to be a great 4th quarter.
On the
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Second and 10 at the 25-yard line.
On the ready.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
Two-jet bomber. Two-jet bomber.
Whip.
Watch the way. Team 6. Team 6. Shoot.
Off play action. Bass. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Undercut.
Hey, Charlie.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a 1st down, 49ers.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3.
132 fighter. Ready?
On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
At the 47-yard line.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Now a give right side. Miles. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive, take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. His throw incomplete. Deebo Samuel was the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short.
I think you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender, but you also have to give your own guy a chance too.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Niners on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Hey, Back up.
44 to Mike.
Looking to throw. Bass looking deep downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching, huh?
Yeah, it has been quarterback and receiver dominated. All things considered, a pretty good kick, just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck, and unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. 2nd down. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Off the play fake. Tate looking long for Westbrook. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. D.D. Westbrook, his intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down. Well, they took a shot there and tried to get it downfield. 4th quarter tie game.
Tried to get it in one chunk, didn't they? Wanted to get into field goal range, as you noted, but good reactions back deep, forcing the incompletion.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
He's coming.
From the gun, Tate. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And now a high kick here as he'll try to hang it up there. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Safety's creeping. Watch the safety creep.
5.
44 to Mike.
Throwing on 1st down. Bass. And here's a leaping catch. He pulled it in. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. Well, that's a good first step, but several steps still to go.
They still have time for the possible game-winning field goal. Time for them to be quick and hurry at the same time.
Hey, box drop.
44, Mike, 44. You remember me? Let's go, baby.
2nd and 1. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. Touchdown, 49ers. A big play there. 62 yards. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Come on,
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're down here in a one-score game. At the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together. Back.
Mike 13. They get it.
He's back to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 19 on the last play, 19 more here at another 1st down.
On the ready. Watch it, so we got man.
They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up 3rd down. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's throwing it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. And that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
Sets up 4th down.
What a Super Bowl this has been, and the biggest play comes now. It's 4th down. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. If they're going to have a shot in this Super Bowl, they're going to need this one on 4th down.
Mike 13. He's coming. Check in. Yo.
On 4th down, Tate. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left.
Jacksonville, 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Yeah, let's get set.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Incomplete in the end zone. It's second down and 10.
After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with an extra point.
Or they can go for two and go for the win.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the fourth.
Wow.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And we have free football overtime. Here we go, my friend.
And the way this game played out, this is exactly how it should end, going to overtime, because neither one got an advantage today.
Overtime in a playoff game, awesome setup. Remember, the rules the same as they would be in the regular season.
That's exactly right, Brandon. Remember, the receiving team, if they score a touchdown, game is over. But if they kick a field goal or don't score, the other team gets a chance to get the football. They get a possession. If they go down and score, they win the football game at that point. If both teams kick field goals, we keep playing. If a defense scores, let's say the receiving team gets the ball, doesn't score, or they throw a pick six or fumble, gets picked up, the defense scores, game over. But here's the best part. In the regular season, only one period is played. We could call it a tie. Here, we're going to play until we have a winner.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing, because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now a first throw here in overtime. Got his man on the comebacker. It's Bailey. His second catch of the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a first down.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Tackle there going to Marshawn Lattimore. You don't see that a ton, do you? With a cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
They'll try the left side. Jefferson. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
On third down, Tate. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done, now part 2.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Hey, Haywood.
Throwing again. Bass. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Operating from the gun. Bass. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. So he hooked up with a veteran there, and in overtime, that's not a bad idea. Go with the age and the experience.
Yeah, because sometimes the young guys, they give you the fresh legs and give you all that bounce. But in this type of a situation, sometimes those legs slow down a little bit as the enormity of the moment overwhelms them. The veteran guys, they tend to come through.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Pass. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Yannick Ngakoue. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
44's the Mike. 44's Mike. Check. Here we go, G. Get off the field. 44, Mike, 44.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Bass. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Josh Allen providing a little deja vu. Back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long. And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Third and 11. And some extra depth in the secondary here. They're in the dime.
He's coming.
Back to throw. Tate. Oh, so close but incomplete. Could have been a big turnover in overtime if he'd held on. Instead, though, it's 4th down. And the Jaguars send out their punter. On for a very important punt here in overtime. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Fielded just inside the 20. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Neither team scored yet. Now we go to sudden death. Next points win this game.
How about the tension right now? It is ratcheted up, isn't it? I mean, now whatever happens, points are scored, that's your ball game. Can't wait to see the defense now. Do they get a little more aggressive in order to not let the team just drive the ball easily down the field?
Got to be careful, though, right?
Yeah, if you're too aggressive, you just give up something easy and cheap. But some defensive coordinators, they'd rather take a stand that way as opposed to being nickel and dime down the field.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they head to the sidelines, we'll head to this break on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Miles. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. Right now, everything resting on the right foot of Jake Elliott. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. So we'll take a break with them and be right back.
You ready? 50, Miles, 50. Here we go,
On 2nd down now. It's Miles. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And now with 6 seconds left in overtime, they're going to take a timeout. Right now, everything resting on the right foot of Jake Elliott. This undoubtedly the biggest kick of his life. And his kick is good. The field goal is through the uprights, and they've won the Super Bowl. And the San Francisco 49ers will hoist the Lombardi Trophy as Super Bowl champions. And when this moment comes, I think you look back at all the blood, sweat, and tears, the offseason, the workouts, training camp, week 1, 2, 3, all building up now to say you're a Super Bowl champion. It's worth it.
It certainly is, and rarely do we have a team that hoists the Lombardi Trophy that didn't have their share of bumps along the way, didn't have to face some adversity in the journey, and now they get to just enjoy it and revel in it. And all offseason, they'll be signing their autographs with Super Bowl champion underneath it.
And they are the Super Bowl champs. The Lombardi Trophy is theirs, and so are bragging rights for an entire season. And what a season it has been. Feels like we have been there every step of the way. Our entire crew doing a wonderful job. Thanks to my broadcast partner, Charles Davis. For all those guys, I'm Brandon Gunn signing off. We'll talk to you next season right here on EA Sports.